Beautiful makeup on brown eyes. It's beautiful, classy, timeless, and really, really easy to do. Let me show you how. Really deep down makeup tutorial because I feel like the ones that I've done are really quick and I need to do more relaxed one. I usually don't do much skincare in the morning, just wash my face and put sunscreen. This is my sunscreen, Bondi Suns. I put it like as a primer because I am not the biggest fan of primer. I feel like most of them don't do what I need them to do. I haven't used it in a long time, so, well, you can see. Hollywood Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in the shade 4. Before, I used to put it like directly on my face, but because I felt like it was giving me acne, I just put it in the back of my hand, and then I put it on my face. I like using a brush more than a sponge, especially with this, because I feel like a sponge would just absorb all of it. This is not for coverage, this is just to even the tone. Now, because this doesn't have any coverage, like at all, I'll use the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour More Than Concealer in the shade 328.5 Creme Brulee. I like this concealer, but I feel like it has so much fragrance. Like, it smells a lot, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. So just put it where I need coverage. Now put it on my lid because we're doing eyeshadow today. Usually I blend it with a finger or with a brush, but I feel like with a finger you don't have to clean that many brushes and it gives me more natural look. And usually if I need more coverage in certain places, I would put the concealer, I would let it sit there and dry a little bit, and then I will blend it. I feel like that gives me more coverage. Now that we look like Casper, the friendly ghost, we're gonna go with bronzer. Yeah, this is just plano, sheet of paper. I used the milk bronzer. It came broken, okay? So I had to do just so much work to get it out. Get it like this. They said that I should put it in the fridge, but I tried it and it didn't do anything. So it's in the shade Baked. Hopefully if you have it, it's not broken. So I'll go in there. I put it on my cheekbone. I put it in the other, not fully blended. Then on my temple, my forehead, just the outside of my face. Not fully blended. And then on my nose. Now that everything's placed, clean the brush a little bit in the back of my hand. And then I blend everything out. You know, someone the other day commented on a TikTok of mine. They said, oh, you have bronzer blindness. Shut up. Cállate. Blush blindness, bronzer blindness, all that stuff. I really don't care. Okay? I don't care. I look crazy? I probably know. And I probably like looking crazy. Now that we have a little bit more of color to our face, I think it looks nicer. Now I go with a lighter concealer. This is Catrice Camouflage in the shade 20. And I put a tiny bit here. While this dries a little bit, I use blush. This is She Glam. This is She Glam Color Bloom Liquid Blush in the shade Real Deal. This is a very mauvey color. But just two. Boop, boop. And I blend it with the same brush that we use bronzer. And I like placing my blush on my cheekbone more than on the center of my cheek because I feel like that gives me more of a lifted look. Now we blend the concealer. I feel like it gives me more of a brightening effect without having to do like the whole 2016 bright, really, really bright under eye. Now we set the face. I don't like having a really glowy because for me, this doesn't look glowy. This looks greasy. For some people, they can pull this off, but me, no, I don't like how this looks. Because usually when I do this makeup, I want it to last the whole day. And if my skin is like this, it would not last at all. I just mix between these two. You see that Huda is changing this packaging? I am really sad. I love this packaging so much. But I use a mix between the Huda Beauty Easy Bake in the shade Banana Bread and the Huda Beauty and the She Glam Insta Ready Face and Under Eye Setting Powder. This is pink and this is yellow. And I like the mix between the two. And I feel like the yellow is too yellow for me right now. And the pink is too pink. I use a little puff. This is from Flower Nose. And I make sure that everything is really, really, really well blended. So I blend and I set. I blend and I set for each part. Like, you might love a glowy base. You cannot tell me that this looks better than this. For my nose, I don't know how to contour my nose. So the only thing I do is I put powder here on the side of my nose. And I put a layer of powder there. And I let it set. I also set my lips because I feel like my lips get really greasy through the day. Also my smile lines because they tend to come through. Now for the rest of my face, I set. But I set with a really fluffy brush. Not dragging the brush, but just tapping it. Now I do my eyebrows. I use the Got To Be brows and edges to just put it in place. My eyebrows and I are just always in a constant fight. I really don't know how I want them to look like, and I don't know. I feel like when I started making videos on TikTok, my eyebrows look so good, and I don't know what I did to them. Like, I don't know what I'm doing different, but I feel like they don't look as good as they used to be. While this dries, I use bronzer, powder bronzer. I use this Belle Beauty bronzer, face bronze powder in the shade Sunrise. They made this smaller. I am so mad. This used to be the other ones, and I was like, why can't I find it anywhere? Because I think it's a really staple from the brand. Like, this is really, they made it smaller. Why are brands making everything smaller? I use this brush from Flower Nose. It's really, really good. I don't know what it's called because they always say Flower Nose. I think it's the Angels collection. And I like it because it's really soft. So for bronzer, I really like it. And I just go on the same places that I put the cream bronzer. And I like this one because it's not too cold, it's not too cool, and it's not too warm. And I feel like it's a middle ground between a bronzer and a contour. Blush, I'll go with this. Flower Nose is just the prettiest makeup brand on earth. And this is the Amazing Show Flower Nose Circus Series Grading Blush in the shade Endless. I put it up my cheekbone, not in the center, to lift my face a little bit. Highlight Rare Beauty in the shade Exiliar. The tip of my nose, some people don't like putting highlight here, but I feel like it's just cute. Then on my cheekbone. Right now everything looks really matte, but trust the process. And something I like to do, my signature, is my beauty marks. This is the Chic Glam. I think that was Brows on Demand. It's really, it's faded. 2-in-1 brow pencil, I think. I get the marker part. Now that my eyebrows are dry, I go with this Revolution Blade Brow in the shade Granite. Okay? We take it and I draw little hairs. I did them too dark today. You know what? It is what it is. Let's not talk about the color, but the shape. I like having more of a straight brow, but a little arch. And more softer. I feel like the 2016 eyebrow doesn't look good on me. The laminated brow just looks scary on me. And the really natural brow, not made for that. But now the fun part, the eyes. For brown eyes, a smoky eye is just the best. You have to decide if you want a cool tone smoky eye or a warm tone. For a cool tone smoky eye, I love this eyeshadow palette. This is the Flower Nose Strawberry Rococo series in the shade Black Currant Cold Brew. I feel like these colors for a cool tone smoky eye are just perfect. For a warm tone though, I will get the ColourPop Golden Hour eyeshadow palette. You have so many cool shades. I'll show you how I like to do smoky eye. First off, I get a really creamy pencil, brown, and I just go really close to my eyelashes. Not a line, not full, just, you can be as messy as you want. I like going one eye at a time. Now that looks like this, it looks awful, I know. We go with a fluffy brush and we blend it, but staying in the same place. Like, don't drag it up, just stay here. It's not fully blended, but it's okay. Now we go with the other eye. Looks like this, looks weird, but trust the process, okay? With a more packed brush, I go with a brown eyeshadow. And I pack it really well on the same place that we put the cream eyeliner. This is why it's okay for this to not be fully blended. Now, with the same brush that we blend the eyeliner, we blend the eyeshadow. And as we blend the eyeshadow, we go up to our crease. And you can repeat the process as many times as you want until you get the desired darkness. Now I like going with a clean brush and just blend everything really well. Now that this is complete, now we go with the under eyes. With the same eyeliner, I just line my waterline. You can do it really messy. Just make sure that you don't have any clean spot. With a really small brush, I love this brush for blending the under eyes. This is the Zoeva brush shader. And it's really small, but it's really fluffy. And I just blend. Not going really low, just blend on the same place. And with the same brown eyeshadow, we just used one eyeshadow for this whole look. So for the same brown eyeshadow, again, we place it on the same place, really close to our lower lashes, and we blend a little bit. For eyeshadow, we're done. I feel like this is a really simple eye, but it looks good on everyone. I haven't met anyone with brown eyes that looks better on smoky eye. No one. Eyelashes. You can go and use fake eyelashes for this look if you want. I feel like my eyelashes work well with mascara. Lash Princess from Essence. Again, Essence. Yeah, mommy. You know, I don't know. I just put a thick coat of mascara for this. I feel like with my eyelashes, it looks good. And if in the waterline faded a little bit, you just go over again. And I go here because I forgot to put it here. Eyes, we're done. I feel like this is the best makeup for brown eyes. It's so beautiful, it's so easy to do. You can go and do a red lip with this and go and say, hey, this is the Spanish makeup that everybody's doing. Then you can go with a nude, you can go with a really matte lip, you can go with a really glossy lip. What I like to do, I go with my trusted Dior Lip Liner in the shade 58. I line my lips like I normally do. I go with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade London. Put it in the middle. I blend it with a finger. You can leave it like this, but I feel like it's too I get a clear lip balm. This is just regular lip balm. And I just tap it a little bit on my lip. I feel like the face looks really matte. So I take this from Pixi. I love it. This is a Vitamin Makeup Mist. And just go. If you have dry skin, I feel like this is just so good. I love this after my makeup to refresh everything. It has a little bit of fragrance, so if you have sensitive skin, I wouldn't use it. But I really like it. You cannot tell me that this doesn't look good. You know, like this gives me Monica Bellucci, this gives me Italian in the 60s, this gives me Emrata, this gives me, I don't know. It's just so beautiful, so easy to do. And you just need 2 products, like you don't need more.